So next one, number 6, big one. Go ahead, take that one.
Wife is a working title. So remember when we were talking about like the Instagram life isn't real, like people put out there what they really want you to see. A lot of times you see the glamorous kept woman, and you get this ideal or the ideology that okay, being a wife means I get to be pretty and I get to primp and I get to wear all nice clothes and I find this guy that just pampers me and caters to me. Like when you were a little girl, you may have been like mommy or daddy's princess. Okay, you may be daddy's princess, whatever, and maybe you got whatever you wanted. Maybe you were a little spoiled, and then so you assume that going forward, I should be able to get whatever I want. Maybe you weren't spoiled, or maybe you think you deserve that, and now you have this mindset. Well, when I get married, I should be able to get whatever I want. I should be able to just bat my eyes, and if I need to cry a little bit, or give a little sex if I need to, I should really be able to get whatever I want. But that's not reality because being a wife is a working title. I mean, like roll up your sleeves, look fabulous on your wedding day, take your pictures, and then get ready to work. Get ready to serve. Get ready to fall in line with what he has, the vision that he's laid out for your family. And that's something that y'all can build and grow with together. But it's work. It's work to have to shut your mouth. It's work to have to really pray and think before you speak. It's work to not grab air every time he says something that you don't like. It's work. It's iron sharpening iron. It is work. And like he said, you need to find someone that is actually really out here doing the dang thing and not pretending and perping like they are and not just being a kept woman, because there's a time and place to be kept. But before you're kept, you got to do the work.
Yes.
That's all there is to it.
Absolutely. You did the work.
I did
For
the
years,
work. I'm
it's still working. We're not perfect, and we're certainly we always are working on this marriage, this relationship. That's why we can come here and sit in front of you after 21 years and say we're still working. We're still working out the kinks of this thing because it's not easy. Marriage is not easy. So, number 8. No, I'm sorry, number 7. I'm sorry, my bad, guys. Number 7. It's another curse word. Another curse word to women: accountability. I've heard it said that accountability is like kryptonite to women, and I believe it. I believe it. I've seen it in
to modern women. Oh,
yeah, I've seen it in the women I love. I've seen it in you at times. I've seen it. It's hard to admit, sometimes that you may have done something wrong or you may have understood something. You have to be accountable to your husband. If you're not ready to be accountable to your husband or to a man, then you're not ready to be married. Point blank, end of period. Accountability looks like this. Okay, I ask you to take care of the water bill.
Okay.
Make sure you pay the water bill. I come home 10 days later and the water off in the house, and I say, babe, I thought I asked you to pay the water bill. I thought you were going to pay it. Instead of her saying, oh, baby, I'm so sorry, I forgot, she says,
I have a lot on my plate. I work just like you do. These kids, this house.
You ain't helping me around here.
So yeah, you're not helping me. I'm doing all. So I'm going to work, earning money, and I'm coming home doing all this. So, okay, I didn't get to the little water bill. And of course, it's always little. I didn't get to the little water bill. Okay. Yeah. Excuse me for being human. Excuse me for being tired. Excuse all of that.
That is not. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. And so many men watching this video right now. It's like.
Right.
Because that's what happens.
Yes.
And if you can't accept accountability as a wife, then you're not ready to be a wife. Because what happens is it's called flipping the script. That's what we called it back in the day. You're flipping the script. And then someone will even go as far as, well, if you made more money, I could work and I could do it. I wouldn't have to work.
Right.
So now, shaming language and all that stuff. And we're going to make a whole video on shaming language because women are experts at shaming men. Experts at shutting men down so they don't have to deal with it. But ladies, if you're not ready for accountability, you ain't ready to be married. That's all to it. You cannot have a successful marriage if you cannot be accountable for your stuff and the things that you do. If you're constantly find yourself blaming your partners or exes, go back and think in your mind. If you're constantly blaming them, if somebody asks you, why did you and Tyrone break up, or you and Bill break up, and you immediately go, well, he did, you're not ready. Because no breakup, no divorce, no relationship breaking up is 100% one person's fault. I don't care if he cheated. I don't care if he went upside your head. It's never 100% that one person's fault. And if you listen to people talk, especially these young ladies, it's always something he did.
Yeah.
This video is for you, ladies. You have to learn to accept accountability for your actions, the decisions that you make, and the partners you choose. Mm-hmm. That's a big one. That's a big one. You have to do that. If you cannot do that, then don't even think about trying to pick up no dress. Stop looking at them bridal magazines. Don't stop watching Say Yes to the Dress. They even come on anymore. I don't know. Don't be watching no show about. Don't even think about getting married. No, Lord, don't watch Brazilla ever. Brazilla's ever, and you're just not ready.
Yeah,
you're just not ready. So, number 8. Go ahead, take this one.
Can you forsake all others? So I know you may have friends from college, high school, people you grew up with, family members, co-workers, people that you may be close to now. You may, have some sort of history with them. But when it gets to the point where they're disrespecting your spouse, your potential spouse, your boyfriend, whatever, as y'all are growing through your relationship, if they're disrespecting the relationship, they're asking you to kind of just have all, girls' night out all the time, and they don't really respect your boundaries and even the values of your relationship, then are you willing to say, you know what, I love you, but what I'm building over here, I know this can't be anymore, so God bless you and your family. And, you may have to part ways. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to put the relationship first?
Yes.
Or are you going to sacrifice him every time? And he'll know it right off the bat.
I got an even deeper one.
What?
Are you willing to give up your social media presence? Oh, yes. Are you willing to stop taking the pictures, with showing everybody your goodies now? Because if you want to be married, that's not something that a marriage-minded man is gonna. If he sees that, you automatically go into the other category, because men's categorize women. And I'm telling all the secrets, guys. I'm telling you, is either she's wifey material or she's everything else. Like there's really no other second category. Either this girl I'm thinking about marrying, or a girl I can use for her body, use for money, use for this, use for that. That's kind of the way it goes.
I've heard. I was watching another YouTuber, and he was saying recently, when you're looking for a wife, a man thinks of it this way. Either she's for play or she's for stay. Stay meaning going forward, marriage, or is she for play? We're talking about sex. Mm-hmm. So is she for play or is she for stay? The time you introduce to mom and dad and all of that. So I just like the way you said that.
Yeah. So are you willing to forsake the social medias for you? The social medias. Are you willing to do that? So that's something you want to take into consideration.
I have one even deeper.
Okay, we gotta. Yeah, go ahead.
I know, but I gotta say it. All right, check this out. Are you willing to forsake the career?
Oh.
So maybe you've been building this career. You're executive. You're this. You're that, and it's gotten to the point where you're spending more time being married to the career than you are building this life and marriage with your husband. And if he says, "Babe, I got this. I make enough money. I'm gonna need you to kind of give this up. Come on home, take care of these kids, and let's build life together." Or would you do it?
Yeah.
Would you do it? Or would you be like...
Yeah. If that's not something you're willing to do, to talk about, or at least consider. Then and that's something that you probably want to talk about before really want to discuss that, because it happens.
Yep.
Because you were home for 7 years, almost 10 years with our kids.
Yep.
And she is a very accomplished woman. As we hang out more, you guys will see how accomplished she really is. And no, she was home for almost 10 years with our kids, and that was what was required at the time, and it was great. It was a lot of pressure on me as a head, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
All right, you ready?
Number 9.
Ooh.
Let me tell you something. I know we just tearing y'all whole little veil down. Monogamy, ladies, is monotonous. Monogamy is monotonous. If you want to enter into marriage, do not go in thinking that y'all just gonna be all the time having all this fun and
having sex and just, I mean, you are, of course, but
over time, things change in a marriage. Monogamy is monotonous. It's monotonous for a reason, because monotony brings security. Mm-hmm. Marriage is monotonous. On a Friday night, we might come home grab some wings or something, watch a movie. We may smash, we may not smash, and then we in bed by 10:30, 11 o'clock. Because we can't hardly hold our eyes open because we done worked all week. And that's pretty, I know you're not talking. And that's the way it is. It's monotonous, but there's security in that because I know when I'm coming home to every day, I look forward to spending time with her. There'll be times when you guys may take a trip, or you may get a hotel or something like that, or a special occasion. But monogamy is monotonous.
And still do things like date nights and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, we're not saying that, but there is routine.
I'm trying to put a parameters on this thing, so you guys don't walk in thinking that you get mad because he didn't buy you flowers for the last 6 months. Look, monogamy is monotonous. And you need to understand that. That's where the security comes in at. It's not always going to be rainbows and lollipops. It's not always going to be the best day ever. More than likely, it's going to be like, oh, we having chicken again? Okay, cool. You want roast chicken, fried chicken? That's marriage. And then grilled chicken. That's and that's the way marriage works. That's where the security comes in at. It's all about always having a good time. And if you're the type of person that gets bored easily, you probably don't want to deal with marriage because when idle hands create problems.
Yeah.
A lot of young ladies, and not even young ladies, a lot of women in general get caught up because they've been married for 5, 10, 15 years and they get bored. And then the dude at the supermarket walks up to her and be like, oh, those eggs look great. And then next thing you know, you give him your eggs. Like that's how it happens. That's really how it happens. So, I'm just saying.
Those eggs look good.
And he was like, hey,
you give the man your eggs?
That's what happens. People get bored and they start creeping on social media, talking to people, creating these little false friendships and things like that. Monogamy is monotonous. But you want a man that's faithful. So you need to be. And you need to be understanding it's not always gonna be the best. It's gonna be moments where it's just boring.
And the excuse a lot of times is, well, he's not paying attention to me. He's not spending enough time with me. So now I need to find someone else. No, grow up. No, you're married. The man is working. Like, I'm not talking about if he's out doing something he ain't got. I'm talking about the man that is hard at work and you sitting up talking about, well, he's not paying me any attention. But them bills getting the attention. You want to live in a house, don't you? You want the lights, you want the water? Like, I don't understand that. That is so infuriating to me. So.
Last but not least, are you a package deal? Are you a package deal? Ladies, if you have a child
or
children and you're looking for a husband, that's a whole different outlook for a man. There's nothing wrong with having children, loving your children, but understand that when you have children, it's going to change the dynamic of a marriage. Because a man coming to a situation, let's say he doesn't have kids, has to step directly into a father role. Maybe he's not ready for that. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't understand what it takes to be a father. Me at 43 years old, if something happened between us, I could step right into a father role. No big deal. But let's say you're in your 20s and you had a child, early in life, and the things didn't work out with the father, and now you want to get married, well, understand that man has to step into a father role. No matter what you say, we good, this and that, he's expected to step into a father role. So that's something that you have to consider when you're vetting men. That's something you want to be upfront about early on. And you want to let them know, look, I understand that I have a child, because it does change things. And this is not a knock against single mothers, but it does change the dynamic. For a man, when he has to factor in, if I marry this girl, I'm expected to take care of this child. I'm expected to make sure this child's good financially, raise him or her, discipline, all those things. He has to factor in a lot of different things. Is the baby daddy still around? Yeah. Is the family gonna be good? Baby
daddies. It might be more than one.
Is the family gonna be good with me? Yeah. Can I discipline the child? There's a lot of things to consider. So that's something that you want to consider also from a female standpoint. Look at it from a man's standpoint. Ask him how he feels about it. As you're vetting this man, don't just look at it as we a package deal and that's it. No, you gotta look at it from his standpoint. Ask him how he feels and be upfront about it. And sometimes he's cool with it. Sometimes he may part ways, and that's just what it is. So that's no shade at all, ladies, but that's something that you have to put on the table.
Absolutely.
If you're serious about getting married, it's something you have to consider. So that was 10 things that you need to check to see if you are ready for marriage, or you at least marriage minded. So, do you still want to get married, ladies?
Do you?
It's a lot. It's a lot to consider. I hope that you guys got something out of it.
Hope you at least got a new perspective, new way of thinking and looking at it.
Yes.
And then you can make your decision. So, do you want to get married?
Yep. So please like and subscribe the video. Y'all put something down in the comments if you disagree. If you have questions, we're happy to do that. So I think with that, that's enough said. And we're out. Y'all take care. We'll be back.